Hey everyone, I'm back with another exciting travel video from my Euro trip. I'm so excited to share my 4 days Austria itinerary with you all. In this video, I'll show you the incredible places I visited, how I commuted around, and all the amazing experiences I had during my time in Austria. So if you're planning a trip to Austria or just love travel content, make sure to stick around until the end. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Day 1, Vienna. For my first day in Austria, I decided to stay right in the heart of Vienna. I booked a hotel in the main city center, which was perfect for exploring the city by foot. Staying centrally meant I could easily access all the main attractions and immerse myself in Vienna's vibrant atmosphere. I highly recommend staying in the city center if you want to make the most of your time here. Vienna is a city that truly takes your breath away. The architecture here is absolutely stunning, and as I walked through the streets, I felt like I was in a fairy tale. Each building has its own story, and the intricate details are just incredible. I started my day by exploring some of the most iconic landmarks. First up was the historic center of Vienna. This area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is filled with charming cobblestone streets, stunning Baroque buildings, and historic monuments. It's the perfect place to start your day and get a feel for the city's rich history. Next, I made my way to the Hofburg. This former imperial palace has been at the heart of Austrian history for centuries. Walking through its grand courtyards and gardens, you can almost imagine what life was like for the Austrian emperors and empresses. After that, I headed over to Heldenplatz. This large public square is surrounded by important historical buildings and is a popular spot for both locals and tourists. It's a great place to relax, take in the sights, and people watch. For the afternoon, I visited the Museum of Natural History, Vienna. This museum is one of the largest and most important natural history museums in the world, with over 30 million specimens and artifacts. From dinosaur skeletons to rare minerals, there's so much to see here. And finally, I ended my day at the Kunsthistorisches Museum. This art museum is home to an extensive collection of European art, with works spanning several centuries. The building itself is a masterpiece, with its ornate ceilings and grand staircases. It's a great place to end your first day in Vienna, soaking in the city's rich culture and history. Day 2, Salzburg. On the second day, I woke up early to catch a train from Vienna to Salzburg. The train ride is about 2 hours long, and let me tell you, it was one of the most scenic journeys I've ever experienced. The landscapes we passed were straight out of a movie: rolling hills, lush green fields, and charming little villages. It was like watching a live postcard go by. Once I arrived in Salzburg, I checked into my hotel and decided to take it easy for a bit. I purchased a 2-day bus pass, which cost around €10 and is by far the best way to get around the city. The buses here are efficient, and the pass gives you unlimited access, which is super convenient for exploring. In the evening, I started exploring Salzburg, and what a charming city it is. Salzburg is famous for its Baroque architecture, beautiful gardens, and of course as the birthplace of Mozart. Here's a quick look at some of the places I visited. I began with the Mirabell Palace and Gardens. This place is absolutely stunning. The gardens are beautifully manicured and offer fantastic views of the city and the fortress on the hill. It's also famous for being a filming location for The Sound of Music, which is a fun fact for all you movie buffs out there. Next, I went to Mozart's birthplace. This museum is dedicated to the life and work of the famous composer and is located in the house where he was born. It's filled with fascinating exhibits, including original manuscripts, instruments, and personal items. It's a great place to learn more about Mozart and his incredible contribution to music. I also visited the Salzburg Cathedral. This Baroque cathedral is one of the most important religious buildings in Austria, and its interior is just as impressive as its exterior. The intricate details and grand domes are a sight to behold. And finally, I made my way up to the Hohensalzburg fortress. This medieval fortress is perched high above the city and offers panoramic views of Salzburg and the surrounding mountains. The fortress itself is well preserved and has a rich history dating back over 900 years. It's a bit of a hike to get up there, but the views are absolutely worth it. If you're enjoying this journey with us, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community at TraverseXP. We're bringing you exciting travel experiences and insider tips from around the world. For day 3, I decided to take a day trip to Hallstatt. Since we had limited time and staying in Hallstatt can be quite expensive, we thought a day trip would be the best option. Getting to Hallstatt isn't as straightforward as you might think. There's no direct bus, so we had to change buses at Bad Ischl-Bahnhof. We left Salzburg at 9 a.m., take bus 150 to Bad Ischl-Bahnhof, and then switched bus 541, which took us to Hallstatt. The entire journey took about 2.5 hours, but it was such a beautiful ride through the Austrian countryside. The total cost for the bus journey to Hallstatt and back was around 30 euros. Hallstatt is often referred to as the most beautiful village in Austria, and it's easy to see why. Nestled between a pristine lake and towering mountains, Hallstatt looks like something out of a fairy tale. The weather was perfect when we arrived, and we were greeted by the sight of crystal clear waters and charming pastel-colored houses. First, we took the funicular up to the Hallstatt Skywalk. This platform juts out over the edge of the mountain and offers breathtaking views of the village, the lake, and the surrounding Alps. It's a bit nerve-wracking if you're afraid of heights, but the view is absolutely worth it. The funicular ride costs about 22 euros for a round trip. After enjoying the panoramic views, we headed back down to explore the central square Marktplatz. This quaint town square is surrounded by historic buildings, cafes, and shops. It's a great place to sit down, relax, and soak in the atmosphere of this picturesque village. Then we wandered around Old Town, with its narrow, winding streets and charming old houses. Every corner you turn in Hallstatt offers a new picture-perfect view, and it's easy to see why this place is so popular with tourists. We spent the whole day exploring Hallstatt, enjoying the fresh air and stunning scenery. By 6:30 p.m. we hopped back on the bus to return to Salzburg. It was a long day, but Hallstatt is definitely worth the trip if you have the time. Day 4. Back to Vienna. On my final day in Austria, I took an early morning train back to Vienna to explore a few more places before heading off to my next destination. The train ticket from Salzburg to Vienna cost me around 55 euros, similar to the ticket I bought on my way to Salzburg. Vienna has so much to offer, and even though I'd already seen quite a bit, there were still a few places on my list. First, I visited Schönbrunn Palace. This former imperial summer residence is one of Vienna's most popular attractions, and it's easy to see why. The palace itself is stunning, with its grand facade and beautiful gardens. I spent a few hours here exploring the palace rooms and walking through the gardens, which are beautifully landscaped and offer fantastic views of the city. Next, I headed to Hundertwasserhaus, a unique and colorful apartment building designed by the artist Friedensreich Hundertwasser. The building is a true work of art, with its bright colors, uneven floors, and whimsical design. It's unlike anything else in Vienna and is definitely worth a visit if you're looking for something a little different. And that wraps up my unforgettable 4 days in Austria. From the stunning architecture of Vienna to the charming streets of Salzburg and the breathtaking views of Hallstatt, Austria truly has something for everyone. I hope you enjoyed following along on my journey and that this video gave you some inspiration for your own trip to Austria. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends.